What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon, and today we're going to the Box Hill Record Fair. Before you guys think, records, I'm not into records, I want comic books or whatever it is you want. They do have comic sellers there, so I've heard a lot about this event. It's always kind of been a mix of records and comic books amongst other things, but I think it's mostly records. I know Charlie from BULLDOG Comics is going to be there. He's the one who actually told me about it, and I happen to have the day off, so I'm going to go check it out. So the Box Hill Record Fair, from my understanding, has had a really long history. I remember back in the day, I used to collect records. So before all this comic book toys and nerd stuff, back in the day, I did used to collect vinyl. And I remember I always wanted to go to, I think it was the Camberwell Record Fair. And I think the Camberwell and Box Hill one, I think they're the same thing maybe, I'm not too sure. Any locals who know, give me a detailed comment about the history of the Box Hill Record Fair. But yeah, I'm excited to check it out. There'll be some comics there. And obviously, again, I did used to collect vinyl, so I'll probably have a flick through some vinyl as well, but I don't know if I'm going to find any vinyl that's really going to interest me. But yeah, that's where we're going today, so let's do this. So I parked over at the shopping center, so I had to go for a bit of a walk, and I stumbled across interesting stores like this. Bargain heaven, find yourself a bargain. This was really cool. I'd never seen one of these. It was a Hot Wheels vending machine. So I actually grew up in a suburb called Doncaster, which was right on the border of Box Hill. So I'm very familiar with Box Hill. Box Hill is known to have a lot of Asian communities, a lot of Asian food stalls and shops. This is the Box Hill Town Hall, which the event was being held at. And of course, here I am outside the town hall, letting you guys know that I made it safely. So this is the front entrance to the place. Now these tables actually had some interesting stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't stop long enough to really check them out. I thought I'd check them out on the way out, actually. Here's the front entrance. There's some cool records there. And of course, the first person I see is my boy Charlie from BULLDOG Comics. What a guy. There he is. I only met Charlie not too long ago at the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, the one that I was selling at, that I did the video on. Really nice guy, but I actually had a really interesting chat with him and the gentleman who actually puts on the event about, I guess, how this event has changed over the years. So stick around to the end of the video where I do discuss that, because if you know about the event, I want to hear your thoughts. Here's an iconic book that Charlie's showing us here. That detective book, I think it's Detective 880. I hope to have that book one day. Here's a bunch of photos of books that Charlie also owns, but he didn't actually have on display. This gentleman here I actually met at the Melbourne Collectors Market out in Broadmeadows. I can't remember the guy's name, but I had a good chat to him as well. And as you can see here, a few more comic sellers just at the front of the venue. And then I entered the main hall here, and as you can see, it's just records, 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 vinyl madness it was, and people flicking through all the vinyl. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I did collect vinyl when I was younger, but my music taste was very unique. I was into punk rock, and I was not into popular punk rock. The stuff I listened to was very underground, so it was a very small chance of me finding vinyl here that would really interest me. I mean, I did flick through some metal records and things, you know, I do like my metal, but yeah, I really just sort of wandered through here just to get the vibe, a vibe check, we can call it. I stumbled across this box of random comics underneath this guy's records. He had a whole bunch of Conan books, which are cool to flick through. I really appreciate actually some of these old Conan covers. Very cool. Gary B, if you're watching this one's for you. I really like the labels that this dude had on his dividers. They make it look very cool. And just a spoiler alert, in case this footage isn't doing it for you, I do go to a toy shop at the end of this video, so stick around. There's Charlie again, had a good chat to him and that dude there. Now, I'm already left the place. I wasn't in there for very long. I thought I'd check out that table at the front when I first came in, but they'd already packed up, so I was a little bit sad about that. So I thought, you know what, let's get more footage for this vlog. So I thought I'd go back and check out Bargain Heaven. Let's see if we can find a bargain. Yeah. So they had a lot of plushies inside. Most of this stuff is knockoffs. I don't believe any of this stuff in here was genuine licensed stuff, which is why all of it was very cheap, which is why it was bargain heaven. Look at that Hello Kitty. All kinds of messed up there, but still cute. Like, look at this, Avengers 4 Endgame. That's not official, you know it ain't. I came across this Barbie vending machine. I've never seen that in my life, so that's pretty crazy. Maybe we'll be like Japan one day and have all sorts of things in vending machines. So then I jumped in my car. I was very unsatisfied with the footage I got for this vlog, and I thought I'd head down to ARON'S Collectables. And I nearly ran a red light just then. So I've done a few videos at ARON'S Collectables now. They're a great little shop out in Blackburn. If you guys haven't been there, you really should check it out. It is a much smaller store, but I just love being surrounded in all this nerdy collectible goodness. This is my favorite cabinet here, the Aliens Predator cabinet. I always love looking at all these vintage Kenner figures here. I also stumbled across this. They had a copy of The Crow on VHS. I didn't check the price, but I picked one up for 20 bucks. They probably had it for 5 bucks, I reckon. This thing here was awesome. I really wanted to walk home with that, but it was just a little bit more than what I had to spend that day. But it's pretty cool, eh? Alright, so interesting day. Before I get into a bit of a chat and show you what I picked up today, food porn. That burrito bowl was pretty overrated. I didn't think much of that. It was okay, whatever. Anyway, so I did pick up a couple of things from ARON'S, but I guess I just want to chat a little bit about my experience at the record fair. So I had a really good chat to Charlie. There was a dude called Les who was chatting with us, and I believe he might actually put the event on. And they were basically talking about the history of that the Box Hill Record Fair had. And I think I was correct. I think they said it started in Camberwell, but they were basically saying how different it is now compared to how it was. So basically, from what I hear, the record fair used to be the place to go for comic books. He was just saying, man, like back in those days, there was half and half almost, and it's where you'd find all your key books. It was like the premier comic book fair. Today, basically, I got the vibe that it was pretty quiet. Obviously, the room with records was pretty popping, but definitely for the comic sellers there, they were just like, this sucks. Like, considering what it was. They're not saying the event sucks, but they're just saying obviously times have changed. I think one of them was saying that he thinks COVID obviously affected it a lot, but yeah, so it's kind of sad to see, I guess. I never experienced it in its heyday, but yeah, if you guys are local, maybe we should make a push to get that record fair a little bit more back into the comic world, because I think even Mark from Big City, when I was chatting to him, he was saying like back in the day at the Camberwell Record Fair, it was like the place to go to get comic books and things like that. So interesting chat. I didn't think much of the fair, but of course I'm not there for records. If I was there for records, I'm sure it would have been great. I did go flick through some records, but yeah, I was really just sort of seeing what the event was like. So definitely for comic books, it wasn't really a lot there for me. And then I went to ARON'S. I've done videos on ARON'S before, and I did pick up 2 comic books. So I'll show you that before we close out the show. Firstly, I've got Batman number 97. This is a Jorge Jimenez Harley Quinn cover. Now this, I believe, was a 1 in 25 ratio cover. So yeah, this is not one that I had. I very rarely get the 1 in 25, but for $19, under 20 bucks, I'll pay for a ratio cover there. So that's, I really like Jorge Jimenez's work. In fact, Sarah is one of Sarah's favorite interior artists. So it's a Harley cover there. And then I found this, Dark Horse Presents number 36. This is the first Alien versus Predator. I think it's the first time they meet in battle. So it's a bit of a key issue for Alien Predator collectors. It was $39. The guys there obviously cool. I paid cash, so they actually did the two for $50. So bang bang, bargains. But that's a cool one because you guys know I'm collecting a lot of Aliens and sort of Predator stuff. So that's a good key to add into that collection. And that's all for this one. Again, the record fair, I would like to see where it goes in the future. I wouldn't mind checking it out again, but you know, was it worth my $5 today? Probably not. I mean, look, it was worth it to chat to the people there and just get the stories of how it once was. So it'd be cool to see if they could build that back up to make it, you know, the record and comic fair again, but who knows. If you guys are still watching, I appreciate you. Make sure you show some support for the channel, give this video a like, leave a comment. Again, if you're local and you know about the Box Hill and Camberwell Record Fair, let us know your stories and your knowledge in the chat. I'd love to hear them. And yeah, until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.